All right, everyone. Hello. Okay, give me just 1 second. I'm trying to get this all set up. Everyone, hello, hello, hello. Let's see if we can make me not be like upside down on my screen. So hi, everyone. Laura here with Epic at Sales, and this is the day. Today is day 5 of our Sales Mindset Mastery Challenge. So this is where we loop everything together. This is where we talk about how you're going to get your 80 to 100% close rate. And I want to be very clear. What that means is like you talk to 3 people and you close 3 people. You talk to 5 people and you close 4 people. My math might be a little bit off, but you get what I'm saying. We want to get you to a place that 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10 when you talk to somebody, you're getting the close. So let's review where we've been for the last 5 days. And I actually wrote it down, so if you see my eyes go over there, I'm looking at my screen. You guys also just got to see a little preview of my living room. Okay, so here's what we did. We talked on day 1 about the Beyonce effect. So what is the Beyonce effect? This is like, I call it my secret weapon or my little inner guidance way of being in my most powerful self. This is that alter ego place of you, the part that is the most powerful. So different than you pretending to be somebody else on a sales call. This is about you activating prior to talking with anybody that most electric, amazing, highest energy, most confident, most awesome part of you, so that when you get onto the sales call, you just feel it. You are in your power, which means you can guide and lead somebody else down the path for their transformation. This is fantastic, really, no matter what you're selling. Whether you're selling, VA services, bookkeeping, coaching, anything under the sun, being in your highest energy and your highest power, being connected to that amazing you, it's going to work for you every which way. I also had the thought, I want to get some of those little hearts going. So if everybody sees that little guy down there, if you can make some hearts, anytime you can share this with other folks, it's really, oh, yay, hearts. I always respond that way. And hopefully I always will. So hearts. Make sure you share with other folks because I want for everyone to feel awesome while they're having sales calls. I want for everyone to get those, 80 to 100% close rates. So again, why you're able to do this is when you blend all these things we're sharing over these last 5 days together. So we just reviewed the Beyonce effect. This is, I'm a little quiet. Thank you. Is this any better? Or I can even speak up. I don't want to yell too much, but let me know, guys. Is this better? Can you guys hear me a little bit better? Yes, maybe, no? If you can just type in that this sounds better, that'd be awesome. Yes, yay! Thanks for the feedback. Excellent. Okay, so Beyonce effect. This is where you tune into that alter ego place of you. This is not you pretending to be anyone else. This is you remembering, activating, and being connected to that person inside of you that is awesome, absolutely powerful, completely confident, and they know exactly what they're doing. So no pretending, activating what you already have inside. We talked about how Beyonce becomes Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce is part of her. That's just the one who shows up on the stage. Beyonce is who she might be at home. Same thing for you when you're on your sales calls. Excellent. Okay, so day 2, we talked all about money talk. And here's what's really important about this. There's 2 really key places, 3 actually. Number 1, you don't know anybody else's money story. So when you get on a call, you don't buy in, believe for them. Yeah, the Beyonce effect is awesome, isn't it? It totally works. Might start calling it the Laura effect. No, I'm just kidding. Yay, hearts. Okay, so when you're talking about money, number 1, you don't know anyone's money story, so don't pretend for them. Don't buy into their story, because when somebody says, I don't have the money, it doesn't always mean that they don't have the money. They may be able to go on a vacation, pay their mortgage, do things that they want to do. It's the place that they're resisting, so just remember it's their money story. Also for you, don't bring your money story to the table. If you have frustrations with using credit cards and don't like to do it, that doesn't mean that anybody else does. That's just what's true for you. So get their money story out of the picture, yours out of the picture, get yours clean. Really take some time to know what your money story is and figure out what you want to change on it. Show up for the call, and then also the bonus, amazing, makes it work great thing is on a sales call, make sure that when you give the offer, it's not the first time you're talking about money. You want to make absolutely certain that during the call you're bringing up numbers, you're talking about money, you're helping someone speak about that and connect about that before you go to, and here's the price for my program, or here's the price for my services. So, yay! Thank you. Love that. Excellent. So, follow a script or shoot from the hip. Which one do we do? Both, neither, somewhere in the middle. The key point is this. If you get distracted by following a script, if you are just on track and not really connected to the person, they can feel that and you will blow a sale. What you want to do is have some really easy to repeat steps that you can latch onto. I love a little outline. I have my 5 steps and I'm going to go through them real quick. And anybody who doesn't have them yet, pop over to my Facebook group. Facebook/groups, just search for EPIC, EPIC @sales. Right at the top of the page is pinned my PDF, which gives you this cheat sheet. It's just a simple outline, 5 steps you can do on every single sales call that will get you to yes. Step number 1, I may need to use my thumb. Step number 1, connect. Really take some time to do, some people call it chit-chatting, but I say connect with the person, talk with them, hear things that are going on in their life that have nothing to do with the sale call. Just say hello and really tune into them. Listen and learn. What this is finding out what's not working for them. Find out what it is. Really dive into it. Oh, I love the hearts. Find out what's not working for them so you know if you can support them with it. Here's a little bonus in between finding out, listen and learn, and going to what I like to call the vision. You can throw in a little testimonial. Gives you a great place to talk about your results, clients' results, and also talking about money. So, yay. Okay, so connect, listen and learn, find out what's not working. Add in a little testimonial right in there. Maybe I need 6 fingers. Then you want to go and talk about their vision. This is about everything they want to achieve. It's where they want to go, and you want to help them see what's possible and really know them. I'm also realizing my lighting is like way weird and off, so I'm just going to shift that, and that makes it a little easier. Hopefully it works for you guys too. Number 4, 5. I'm all over the place. Just bear with me today. I've had lots of coffee. So... Okay, you want to connect, you want to listen and learn, find out what's not working. Talk a lot about what their vision is, and you want to give them an invitation to work together. That's number 4. This is where you talk about your offers, and you give all 3 offers, using 3, with no price point. Ask which is a fit. Give the next 3 offers with the price point. And then number 5, which is the close. And in the close, this is where you're walking people through their objections. They call that money story stuff. So make sure that you just really stay connected to that. Follow a script, shoot from the hip. Just keep your 5 guidelines in place. Be connected. Listen. Really respond to what the other person is responding to. You can not do all the right things technically on a sales call, but you can get to yes when you are fully connected and listening. But if you don't have a repeatable system, you don't know what didn't work, so you can't fix it. Just give yourself a simple outline. And my simple outline, my proven one, is over on my Facebook group, EPIC @sales. This leads us to know like I know, like I know, like I know your offers. And what this is about is really, when you're in the process of delivering your offers, make certain you love them. You know them backwards, forwards, sideways, upside down, in any which way. Practice them on sales calls. Practice them with your friends, your family, your clients, your everybody. Know them. When you speak from a place of strength. This is where you call on that Beyonce effect. This is where you call forward your alter ego to speak with authority and connection and allow your offers to really stand. And let you know that the number you say you stand behind, and it feels fan-frickin-tastic. Okay, so today, this is number 5. This is how to activate your 100% selling confidence in order to really get those closing rates. So this is where, when you do all of those 5 things together, you get the yes. And I'm actually going to swap out a word because I've really been thinking about what confidence means. And confidence can sometimes come across as like, I know my stuff and you don't. Or it's a confidence like, I'm sure about it, but nobody wants to buy. So I really started thinking what it is that we're activating when we say confidence. And what I want to say is, this is about conviction. So when you talk with somebody that is so passionate about what they do, when they speak in a place where they believe for and with you, this is where magic happens, and this is where people say yes. So what I want for you to tune into is how you can bring the conviction of how you feel about things, specifically your business and the people you're talking to, what they're going to bring forward. When you are in a place of conviction, I know this is possible. I believe in your ability to make this happen. Bringing conviction in does two things. Number one, when you believe it and you feel it, you sound very strong, you are very confident, and somebody else will allow themselves to believe. When you speak from conviction, you show that you know your stuff, and then the person who's receiving it, they can start to believe, because no one comes to you for transformation or for the next thing they want without being in a place of not having it. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's the website they want created, if it's the brand message they want to understand, if it's the life coaching to find, a perfect mate, if it's the business coaching, they're coming to you because they don't have the thing they want. Now, they may have struggled for a long time. It may be as simple as, I want this thing. Do you have it? When you speak with conviction about not only your ability to help them, but your belief in what they desire, they can come into that place of believing for themselves and say yes. I'll give you a great example. When I'm talking with somebody and they're like, I want this thing, I kind of think it's going to happen, there comes this moment at the end of the conversation, right before we get to yes, where they throw up their resistance or their objection. So you commonly hear, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't have the timing, I need to check with my spouse, I need to think about it, it's this, it's that, any resistance. Because what you're asking for them, and what they're asking of themselves, is to believe in themselves that they can do the thing that needs to be done to get the thing that they want. And this is the place that most people kind of fall down on. Because maybe when they're on a call, and again, I think I've talked about this on another scope, there really is no objection. There is no, I don't have the money. That's not the real thing. It boils down to two things. Either you don't believe in yourself and your ability to do what needs to be done to get what you want, or you don't believe in the person who you're asking to help you on this transformation. Now, if it's the person you don't believe, well, then that's something that the sales call needs to suss out. Are we a good fit? Are we not a good fit? That's why they call them discovery calls. But if it's believing in yourself, there is a very high probability that the person coming your way, especially someone who's looking for a coach or a healer or somebody who's worked with like 16 VAs and they've all messed up and they're finally coming to you and hoping that it'll be different. They probably have an experience where they don't have full confidence and faith and belief that this is going to be different. So when you share what you do with absolute conviction, and again, I want to put that asterisk in. This is when I speak from integrity all times. Do not pretend to feel something you don't feel. If you don't stand behind your stuff, find out what you should stand behind. If you're talking with a client and they're full of BS, I can say BS, and they're not a fit, then you don't have conviction with them. But when you do speak to someone, like I spoke to someone yesterday on a sales call that I found myself almost wanting to cry with her as she was crying. I felt so connected to her and to her mission in this world that I was in it with her. And my conviction that her need to bring forward her business into the world was bigger than just her, bigger than just me. This was a must that must happen. And so my conviction level rose. My need to help her walk through this, to not let her off the hook, to not have her say when she said, I don't have the money, to be like, okay, I understand you don't have the money, go along. Because it's not about the money. What it's about is she has this big, big heart's desire to bring a business in the world. My conviction, not those hearts, is that this is vital, necessary, must happen. Must happen. There's not another choice. She cannot go off into the world and not bring forward her business, because what she's guided to do is to heal so many people. So if I let her go by her saying, I don't have the money, I'm not doing her any service. It's not about her giving me money. It's about her desire to bring forward what she wants, and the way she's going to do it, it may not be with me. I can admit that. Not everybody's meant to work with me. I'm not meant to work with everybody. But if she doesn't go do what needs to be done to bring her business forward, she loses. The world loses. And I mean this really honestly and truly. And I think you can even hear it in my voice. Like, I am speaking with conviction. When I spoke to her and I said, You have to bring this forward in the world. You are necessary. She's like, I hope you don't say this to everybody. And I'm like, I don't, because not everybody has that, but she does. And I need for her to hear and feel so she can believe a little bit more, because when she believes a little bit more, then she'll go do some new things. She'll go do the things that will call forward the money so she can hire a coach, whether it's me or somebody else. She'll go forward and do the things to invite more people into her business. Now, as I speak about this, think about this for yourself, about your convictions. Think about this is that deep why. This isn't the stuff of like, oh, well, I want to run a business because I want to make a lot of money. We all have that. Anyone who's an entrepreneur, we all have that. We want to go make a ton of money. But this is that real why, not the elevator pitch, but the real honest to goodness. Like, why do we do this stuff? When I speak to somebody on the phone who has just deep passion, who has a big mission, I want for them to receive that. I want for them to achieve it. So I step into my highest energy. I activate my Beyonce factor. I activate Trade Show Laura, and I stand there in my power. I ground myself in. I claim my power poses. I make sure I can talk about money clean and clear. I don't follow a script. I go straight from my heart. I follow my path, and I don't divert, because I know if I guide her through this path, those 5 simple steps, if I guide her through it, if I guide anyone through it, they can get to a place of saying, yes, I want to work with you. No, I don't, or I need to move on to someone else. They will know, I will know, and they can bring forward what they want. When I know my stuff, when I know what my packages are, when I know what I can give people, again, you're hearing a lot of I, and I feel weird saying I so much because it's always about them. But when I activate that power, I can listen to them. I can hear what's important for them. I can reflect it back. So the person who has this big, great desire in the world that they want to bring forward, they will actually go do what needs to be done to get what they desire. That is when, my friends, you get to the yeses, 80 and 90 and 100% of the time. When you hear the person, when you believe for them until they can all the way believe for themselves, when you can help them see the picture they desire is right there, help them cross that bridge. I will say this, I never drag anyone over the threshold. I say this without ego, I can pretty much sell anybody into anything. I don't do that anymore because it's a mess. It's not good. Not good. But if somebody has a burning desire, if they have the thing they want, I'm not going to let them go. This is not about pushing and pressuring a sale and forcing. This is about holding a bar, allowing someone to step up to it. And I don't drag anyone over the threshold. I don't force them to do the buy to go get what they want, but I let them know my hands are out. They're not only out, I'm going to hold on to their hands. I'm going to help them go across. So it's true. Speak from your heart. It truly is. Like if you guys can't see this post, but it's just being in full connection, being in your power. So I find that like a lot of folks will say, I can't get the urgency. People aren't buying because there's no urgency. Urgency is emergency. Most people, the only way you're buying on urgency is if your refrigerator broke and you have to go get another one so your food doesn't spoil. That's the only way you're buying on urgency. When people are in a place where they are looking for transformation, they want a great new website, they need a new accountant, they want a new life coach, they want a partner, they're not buying based on false urgency. But when you can get them to a place of conviction, when they can hear that you care about them, that you care about what they care about, they will lift themselves up to go do what needs to be done to get what they want. And that is very client attractive and that is very powerful. So when I get on a sales call, I ground myself in, I get myself to my highest power. I'm clean with my money story, so I don't bring mine to the call and I don't only hold on to theirs. I allow people to know that I know what I'm doing so they can relax. They can just, literally if I said just listen to me and trust me and I'll guide you, they can. It's not about taking their power away. It's allowing them not to have the scramble of what do I do, and they can just be in the how do I be and go be. So that was a little woo at the end there, but I really want for everyone here just to connect in and see what is possible when you speak with absolute conviction. It eliminates the need for this urgency factor. You can actually tune better into what is really urgent for them when you speak from this place of I believe in you. I go to bat for my clients. I sometimes get a little caught up in wanting their results so much, but I will do anything for my clients. I don't break boundaries, but I will be there for them. I'm the one that believes, so that when I am me, yeah, it's so true. But you ask any of my gals or my guys, if you I am me in the middle of the day and say I'm having a money freak out, or I'm having like, oh God, what is this? What is that? I'm going to bring them back to center. I'm going to help them remember what their conviction is. I am going to help me hold them to their conviction. And I'm so glad this resonates for you. Yay. And I love all these hearts. This is what it's about, though, because, again, especially for coaches and anyone who's in the service-based industry, people need someone to go to bat for them. They need someone to help them, because we don't ask for help when we're like cocksure, completely confident, know everything we're doing. We need the support when we don't feel that way. And we need the people who can help us get righted again and stay on track. We need to believe in experts that we choose to hire to help us. And when you speak from conviction, people can feel it. Your confidence factor is almost like the outside clothes you put on. The conviction is what's inside your heart. And when your conviction matches what your ideal prospects desire, when those things line up, they say yes, yes, yes. So here's one more thing I want to bring up during this scope, is the way to get to the 80 to 100% close rate is when you do all of these things. If something's off base, you're not going to get the close rates you want. So any time that you find you're not getting as many yeses as you want, backtrack, go and look. Am I standing in my full power? Am I being my, whatever you decide to call yourself? I do trade show Laura. I get into my power pose. Am I being powerful, or was I feeling a little bit out of sorts before I got on a call? Money story. Am I listening and buying into their money story? Am I really bringing my own in? I go back and look at that. If I have somebody who says, I can't afford it, I'm like, uh-oh, what am I doing? What's my part in this conversation? I also go to the script part. Am I disconnected or connected on a call? If I'm absolutely connected, we know we're in good shape. Did I follow the path? Because if you don't, I'll just say this. 9 times out of 10, when someone comes my way and they say that they're getting inconsistent sales, it's because they're not doing consistent things on a call. And for myself, anytime I've like really blown a sale, I think back and I realize I didn't do what I normally do on sales calls. I didn't follow the plan. I didn't follow the path. When you don't do those things, you know how it fumbles. Know like I know your programs and your offers. When I offer something new, I talk about it a million times before I start offering it to folks. One really cool technique that someone taught me a long time ago was, if you don't have someone around to practice to, just practice to yourself, but say it out loud. Most people like read and reread and reread their thing. When you have stumbling, it's because you haven't said it. So I will literally like sit in my office and talk out my programs. Luckily, I work by myself in my office and not too many people can hear that, but it works. The other way I know when things are off is if I'm not doing these things all together and I haven't stood in my conviction. I care about my clients. I really desperately want all of them to have all that they desire. And I show that on all of my sales calls. I speak with conviction. I stand behind what I do. I stand up for them, and they can stand up for themselves. It's all about letting someone guide you so that you can get where you want to go. And yes, this works if you're selling things like websites. It totally still works. So I want to open up just the doorway for anyone who's got questions. If there's thoughts that you have, if there's more that you want, I want to talk with you, actually. One of the things I do is I do a ton of, I hesitate calling them sales calls because I'm a salesperson, but I love to give out lots of free info. I think that I can listen to almost anyone's sales conversation and in about 20 minutes tell you how you can turn it around. So I do have an invitation for you, and this is a no pressure invitation. Pop over to my website, epicatsales.com, EPICATSALES. There's a little button at the top that says Let's Talk. If you want someone who can pop in this URL, anyone who can help me out, just type in www.epicatsales.com. Just type that in real quick. So anyone who wants to, if you're feeling called, click over there, go to the Let's Talk button, and let's talk. No pressure. I don't force anything onto anyone. You can ask my folks who've been on calls with me. But I will walk with you for a 20-minute call, absolutely free, no attachment to the outcome, and figure out what's happening on your sales calls so we can get you to that 80 to 100% close rate. So pop over to my site. Come join in with me. I hope you've gotten a ton of value. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I love how wonderful everyone is on Scopes. Everyone helps out. So epicatsales.com, you can do /let's talk or just hit that let's talk button. Just let's talk. Let's figure out what's happening for you in your sales. I want for you to be hugely successful. If that means more money or more clients or any which way you want, I desire that for you. And with that, I want to send you off into your day with absolute just my heart to yours. Thank you for all these hearts that we've had. I hope you've gotten a ton of it out this series. This is about the internal work, and go take the internal. And I think next week I might do another challenge where we talk about all the practical parts. So go off, enjoy your day. Mwah! Have a lovely one, everyone.